is just a game, and we are lucky enough to be playing it with Apex's newest legend, the Void Breacher Alter, who has without a doubt brought chaos and mayhem upon her release and abruptly kickstarted the continuation of the storyline that the players thought was long since forgotten. Welcome everyone, it's your entertainer for today's video where we'll be showcasing the newly released legend and going over all the insights and antics that came upon her arrival to the games, but most importantly, how they have affected other favorite and beloved characters. This content will be glossing over all of Alter's abilities and tacticals, her tipping of the scale to the lore that had been shifted now towards Horizon, also more importantly the impactful bug fixes and updates through the Void with her introduction. Now, everyone is not too interested on folklore and tall tales, but since that is a custom for Alter and her backstory, then that's where our destination discussion will be towards in our first look into this Void Breacher. Multiversal traveling can be very daunting on the mind, cause perhaps a few issues with your personality that could lead to distrust amongst yourself of what's really fact or determine what is fiction. So it's the case of the hired gun across these different dimensions as Alter, but originally born on an unknown planet in a completely different dimension as Yingling Lu. This free spirited reveled in chaos as she journeyed through different dimensions, being drawn to being the witness of these worlds that were on the brink of destruction, lived lavishly, stealing luxurious food, and working odd jobs for personal favors until leaving before the consequences of her actions could take root, but not before leaving bodies in her wake. Remember about being a hired gun? Well, those she killed will always ask her the same question: who are you? To keep her annoyance at bay, she will offer witty stories as rebuttals. One day she will be a betrayed warrior trained from birth, the next a talented martial artist who became a football champion, the next a hunter trained in the old ways, the next a being born from stone who fought to obtain immortality. Every time she arrived at a world that had ended or was about to end, she found that its fate was due to the actions of one person. This pattern continued across all worlds she accessed, with the same person bringing the same fate. Eventually, she arrived at the world of the Apex games, holding a photo of Horizon, with not only the story of this soon-to-be rivalry unfolding before our eyes, along with objects resembling Olympus crashing into the stasis net of Cleo. There is so much more that we can actually reconcile with Alter, like her abilities, and also Ultimate. That is our next topic that we will be moving forward towards with this review. Now, out of all the tricks that Respawn have up their sleeves with pulling off the biggest purchasable cosmetic perhaps in history for an outrageous price, no one, not even the pros, were expecting something like Alter. At least a legend that ultimate and even abilities are just carbon and even similar copies of other legends such as Loba and even Wraith. Picking apart the beginning with already seeing the black market in someone else's hands, Alter's passive Gift from the Rift, which lets you remotely interact the death box to claim only one item that is not armor, which has some smart intent behind it, even though being that of a mirror image to Loba's ultimate. At least does not have the alert AoE that alerts the whole Fire Nation. Moving onward and through another portal, which is precisely her tactical, Void Passage, which creates passageways on surfaces for you, teammates, and all those that dare enter that can give you the chances for either insane gunplay matchups or just simply a clean getaway. Lastly, if you haven't forgotten that she is a copycat legend, in case you have, don't worry, because Wraith hasn't. As her ultimate, Void Nexus, really Wraith's ultimate, only you can remotely interact with a phase tunnel back to the deployed location for a certain distance, even when you or your teammates are down. Perhaps not original ideas, but regardless, her kit isn't something to shy away from, with a lot of proof of the strategic placements and cunning flanks you could pull with these refreshed borrow abilities are going to be useful as we take another peek through the Void at all the patch updates and everything else newly established with her release. Nothing ventured, nothing gained has been the development team's main motto, it should seem, with every season's release, and that is that one, just tenfold. As we were introduced with a lot of variable inputs that had put many of us on the fence, to which only had left a select few to share their thoughts if the grass was truly greener in the other dimension. Promises of a new map were quickly shot down despite multiple in-game teasers dropping around every corner. Even some sort of idea of the actual location it could be set upon, with an indication of it being Caustic's and Crypto's homeworld. Although those ambitions to dream were cut short when we witnessed this season's trailer of Broken Moon receiving their planet's first map alteration, with pieces of Olympus crashing in Cleostasis nodes and reshaping the battlefield as we have come to know. Just when you thought microtransactions could not get all the worse, Respawn has plans for us as they introduce to us the first of possibly many artifacts, with the starting lineup being that of the guitar, and with it comes along 200 multiple customizations purchasable with exotic shards that, you guessed it, is just Respawn's way at another grab at your wallet of their player base. At least all of the news of this renowned season is not just leaving a sour taste, as we are receiving souls at the beginning of this next chapter. Sure as a LTM, which means it won't be permanent, but at least there's something acting as a safety net and representing a saving grace for this season. Taken away from the upsetting fact of another variable of microtransactions, Upheaval has many in doubt if it could truly push past the void, find itself on solid grounding, and while it has possibly proven that there is no platforms within the void, it has so far at least shown the start of the race, with maybe giving Respawn what their goal in the starting line should be. Void Breacher, Higher Gun, and Copycat. Call it what you want, but you cannot say that Alter hasn't brought enough to the table that wasn't even really set, with only utensils and plates as prepared for lore and teasers as appetizers. Only time would tell really if things could get better, with already the next season in addition to this gut-wrenching regret and surprise betrayals around the corner. Which honestly, was anyone else surprised when Revenant backstabbed Octane's Make-A-Wish father like he was an Elder Ring boss, or was it just me? Still though, with not too many BRs proving their worth among the vast threshold that they all share, pretty safe to say myself and all of their player base are on the edge of their seats with anticipation. With that, this has been your entertainer, encouraging you to stay humble, stay positive, and always remember to him with the wolves.